I'm sharing my screen. So before starting today's session, do we have any, like you people have any questions from yesterday's class? Sharat, Sohel, Saikiran.
No, Gautam.
Okay. So today we will cover UI policy. UI policy, and in that we have one more option, data policy. After UI policy, we will see what is data policy. So yesterday I have told you that using UI policy, we can make any field mandatory, read only, and visible. And for making these three functions, we don't need any scripting, like even a word of scripting. Okay. But if you want to do more than that, like if you want to make some field mandatory, read only, and with and same time you want to achieve some other thing, so for that you can write scripting. We will see how we can do that. So this is my instance. I will take example on incident. So go to configure, from configure and UI policies. If you go like this, you can see UI policies related to only incident and its parent table. You can see incident, comma, task table. If you want to see UI policy for all the things in your system, so type UI policy, and under UI system UI, you will see UI policies. So here you can see there are 1000, almost 2000 UI policies out of the box. Okay. And there are tables like relationship table, question table, function table, which we don't use actually, right? But we will have all that list here. All these are out of box. There is nothing written on that. Like we have not written anything. Okay. So same thing, if that is a problem ticket, and just remember one thing, let this open. So this is my problem management, problem ticket. So go to configure and you can see all the scripting options here, like the security rules. This will be your ACL, list of ACLs on this particular problem ticket and its parent table. Okay. And business rules on particularly problem and its parent, same client script. Then UI policy, then data policy, UI actions, then notifications related to this particular problem management, then dictionary related to this problem management. So if you want to see only particular things, you can open from here. And we have an option called as all. If you click on that, you will see all this in a tabular format. I have clicked on all. So let's see what will it show. Configurations to problems. See, here you will get all the list, like business rules, client scripts, all these things related to your problem management. Okay. So now back I am going to incident. Going to UI policies. Before we develop any own UI policy, just let's go through one or two UI policies which are out of box, so you can understand these are real time, right? So you can understand like what was the requirement and what the people did. So fields set to mandatory for all states. So let's open this. So before going to that, you will have all this info here, like about UI policies, like UI policy is active, then items in the conditions field evaluated to be true, the field specified in the UI policy action is present on the specified forms. So as we have opened a existing UI policy, you can see this was on incident table. So we can select the table or we can change if we want. Okay, so table name, application, if that is application or not. And this UI policy is active. So if this is active, if you remove this UI policy will get deactivated and it will not work. Okay, yeah, some short description if you want to help someone to understand this. And here you can see they have a option for conditions, like we can give some conditions like when state is new, when state is closed, but for this condition they have not given in this scenario they have not given any conditions. And on the bottom we have UI policy actions. So this is our UI policy. Okay, like it will have just a detail about table name and conditions, but actual that mandatory, read only, all those options will be present in UI policy action. So here you can see there are two UI policy actions. Let's open one by one. So here is the first one. Okay, the UI policy that will populate directly, nothing to do here. This table name will also get pop up directly from UI policy. So here is field name. So you have to select the name of your field from this list, from list, like approval, assigned to, whatever field you want to make. Here this person has clicked on selected caller field, like he want to select apply some UI policy on caller field. And what is caller field? Let me duplicate this and open. Incident. So here you can see this is a caller field on our incident form. So they have done some UI policy on this caller field. So let's see what they have done. This caller field, and on here also we have option for application. Okay, and on the bottom we have these three options. Mandatory, if you want to make that mandatory, yes, or you want to make that like not mandatory, or you want to leave that alone, like nothing will apply. So you will have these three options. If you select mandatory true, it will get mandatory. And at the same time, you can choose this option also if you want to make that visible or not. And same read only, leave alone, true or false. If you select a read only true, that field will get read only, like no one can edit that. Okay. And clear the value. Like if you want to empty that field, make that field clear. So this is for that purpose. Okay, so this is a basic UI action for caller ID. And here we can see they have just selected mandatory true, and they have left visible and read only with leave alone. So on our form, we can see our caller field is mandatory. Correct. So same with a second UI action. Here they have written on short description. Okay. So here also they have made field mandatory and they have left these two fields normally without doing anything. So let's go to our form and you can see short description is mandatory. So let's try to change the existing one. I am changing, okay, not visibility. I'm making this short description as read only true and I am saving it. And I am reloading my form. Okay, nothing happened. Why? Okay. Just let me try this then. Okay. Yeah, because that is mandatory, I can't make that as read only, because if that is mandatory, how that can be non-editable? So let me reload my form and check if that, yes, nothing happened. So let me open one form. Open, click on this. Yes, that is here. Okay. Let me leave this as it is and let me create one more. Where policy, reload this, true. And let me try to save from here. And let me try to reload. Nothing is happening. Maybe because that is mandatory. So let me, I will leave this as it is. Leave alone. Leave alone. So I'm closing this UI actions. So on this form, we on UI policy actions, we have seen that we can apply the mandatory, visible, and read only on a particular field, right? And we have second option, this option, and this is from London version, Yale version. Okay, UI policy related list actions. So what is related list actions? So we have this as a related list. Okay. So if you want to perform anything on that, we can write the UI policy from here. Sorry, where was that? Third, right? That is here. Yeah. From here, related list actions. So we will develop this while we are working on something, any simple example. And let me open one more thing if we have. Okay. Yes, let's take this one. Here is one more UI policy here, make fields read only on close. Okay. So they want to make fields read only when condition is closed. So above all the things are same, like table is same. They have given that in short description. It is active, it is in application global. And here you can see they have applied some conditions. So when incident state is closed or incident state is cancelled, they want to make the fields read only. So on the bottom, you can see they have written UI policies. They have 22 fields and they have made all the 22 fields as read only. Yeah, even a short description. They have made all these fields read only when the state is closed. So let's open one ticket which is in closed state and let's check if this is working or not. So you see here, this number, this color, this one, this configuration item, short description, all these fields, and on all the fields here are also read only, right? These things, and in total they have made 22 fields read only. So these are read only because of that UI policy. because state is closed. Okay, and same with when state is cancelled. So let's go to UI policy and let's make a description field as mandatory for now. A simple one. Make description field mandatory. So when I have opened a new UI policy and you can see advanced view, so it will have some more options. So what are those more options? Like we can see when to apply that condition thing. Like when example incident state is something, we can apply based on that. So for example, I will apply when incident state is new. And only in this state description should be mandatory. In other states it should not be mandatory, so I am giving this condition. And if your UI policy is not getting satisfied with just normal conditions and mandatory, read only and visible, you can write scripting here. Just you have to tick mark this and you will see this scripting part. Okay, and here are the some options. If you want to make this UI policy global, if selected, this UI policy will apply to all the form views. Otherwise the UI policy is viewed specific. So this is for that purpose. And apply the UI policy when the form is loaded and when user changes the value on the form. So that is on load, if you want to make that on load or not. Okay, and if reverse, if this condition doesn't met and you want to make that reverse, like this will make it mandatory, right? If this condition doesn't met, then it will make it non-mandatory. And this inherit, like same in table, like if this table is incident table is inherited, so if you want to take this UI policy also, if you select this, this UI policy will apply on all the child tables also. So that is the purpose. So I am just saving for now, and after saving you will see that UI policy actions. So now you can see it is done, saved, and after that we are seeing this UI policy actions. So I'm clicking on new. Let's see where is description. This is problem related. Short description is here. Sorry, it is here. So description field, and I want to make that mandatory. So I'm going to that and I'm saving it. So see, your state is new and your description field is mandatory. So I'm give something here and let's try to change the state. Test1, test2, and let me try to save it. So you can see it got saved, and I am moving to new state and saving it. Okay, this is mandatory. And you can see when state is in progress, mandatory got moved, and this data is getting deleted because I have written some script on that. Let me remove that script. Mm. Your skill. Okay. So this was the incident, right, which we created. Now I am giving something again, and it will not get disappear. See here, it is not getting disappeared. So any questions on this UI policy which we have written? Okay. And let's try to remove this. Okay, I'm leaving as it is. And I will make it read only. Let's see now. And I will try to remove that condition which I have given on the top. So going back to UI policies, updated just now. Here is the option. Okay. Still description is same. We have made that read only, and let's load our form and check if that is getting read only or not. So form loading. Okay, let me load from the top. Here is read only. So fine with UI policy, visible, read only, and mandatory. And let me try this also last time. And I am removing this. Saving. Now it should get disappear from the form. Okay, it is not getting disappear. Why? Okay, maybe visible is true, right? So visible false. Now it should. Yes. And now you can see that description field got disappeared. Okay. Because here we have set visible as false. leave that alone. And once let's try in UI policy also. Sorry, related list name. And before this, let me show that on form. So here we have task SLA affected CLS and impacted service CLS and child incidents, right? So let's see which among that we have impacted. I will take this simple one, task SLA. And if we want to make that visible, true or false, we have only that option, like to just keep that or hide. Okay, I'm saying that make that visible false, and let's reload, and this tab should get disappeared. So here you see task SLA got disappeared, and this UI related policy related list action got added only from London version. Earlier to London version, we had only that field level UI policy thing. Okay. So I am making this as okay. Let's write script in that. Okay, I'm making this again back to true. Sorry, leave alone. Okay, why is it not allowing? Okay, sorry, because it is not in advanced view. So this time I don't. Okay, what? So this time I don't want to give UI policy actions. Instead of that, I want to give some scripting. So how can I script? I am clicking on this. And here we have first one, this one. Run script on UI type. Like if that is a desktop and if that is a mobile view or service portal. I have shown you service portal also, right? So you have to select only this one or all. Okay. So you have to select this one. And here is the condition. If a condition matches, what it should do. And if a condition doesn't matches, what it should do. So these are the two conditions. Okay. So let me take some condition from here. Incident state. If incident state is resolved or else closed, taking closed for better understanding. Okay, 1 minute. Taking progress. If this is the condition, I have to hide description. Okay. So for that, G underscore form dot set. Here you see. After that, I have clicked on set dot and set. So set disabled, set displayed, set mandatory, set read only, set visible, true or false. This is for hiding and showing sections. So we can even write that using script. So I am taking this one. Okay. And inside I have to give my field name. And what I want to hide here is description. Sorry, I want to make mandatory to description. So I will go to description, left click on that, and you can see that field's name. Field label is a capital D description, but its value is backside its field name is small description. Okay, so I am taking that description. And here just give true or false, just true or false, that's it. Okay. And in such way, you can give as many as you want. Just for example, I am giving this. If condition matches, make it true. If condition doesn't matches, make it false. I mean, mandatory false. Okay. So I'm saving it. And what was my condition? When incident is in progress, description should get mandatory. So let's change from here itself. So now it is in progress, right? Okay, let me reload. It should work. Here you see description got mandatory because state is in progress. And we have given that condition. When state is in progress, make that as mandatory. And let's change some other state and let's see. I am keeping that as in hold. Okay, I have to give mandatory reasons. Hold reason here. I'm waiting for this. Okay, we have to give notes also, right? Now it should accept. Okay. So now state is on hold and you can see this is not mandatory now. Okay. So in such way, you can even hide and show all those things you can do even using scripting. So glide underscore form dot set read only, same description comma true or false. Okay. So then set display, same field name. You can see when I have typed that, you can see field name string comma display boolean true or false. Okay. And then let's see for visible, this visible. Okay. Here also you can set visible string field name comma boolean true or false. And if you want to hide a section, we don't have any sections here, right? Yeah, we have this notes related list and these sections. Okay. So like these are the labels, but I don't know exactly its background value of that section. So let me check that first. Form section, sorry, form section. Okay, on table incident and on default view. Okay. So here is it. So on default view of incident table, we have notes related records and resolution, right? So these are the sections there. So I'm opening that first notes one. I want to hide that notes one. Okay. And its caption is also notes and form section. Yeah. So let me try to give that. Now I want to hide that notes section. Set. If our class get disconnected, I will add again. Huh? Okay. So same here, Boolean true or false. So notes set section display, I'm making that as false, like it should not be visible. And same opposite condition here on the bottom. If not, I have to make that true. Saving it. Now reload your form. So let's see. Yeah, we have note section here because state is not in progress. Now let's make this in progress and let's save. So first of all, this got mandatory, and let's see section. Okay, section is still still visible. Maybe I have given something wrong there. Notes is correct name, right? Or maybe I have given wrong name for that notes. Let me open one more. It should reflect this. Let me try with SysID. Maybe I have to give, no, but it should not. Let me check one more thing. Add section. Service. It should work, but why is it not working? Related. Okay, let me check one directly in Google. Section